Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories for Barcelona. We start with Ferran Torres as the Barca forward's message to manager Xavi Hernandez ahead of the new season is clear. He said he's going full out to earn his place. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Nico Gonzalez, as it has been reported that La Liga club Real Betis are making progress in talks for the loan signing of two Barca youngsters, including Nico. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Ferran Torres has endured a tumultuous time at FC Barcelona with his form constantly fluctuating and injuries holding him back. It has led to the 23-year-old being linked with an exit this summer, with the Catalans needing to make player sales imminently. However, in an interview with Marca, the Spaniard has given a glimpse into his aspirations for next season as he aims to regain his respect among the Blaugrana faithful. Ferran Torres was recently dropped by the Spanish national team after a relatively subpar season where he failed to warrant a call-up. Responding to the decision, he said, "I take it as a motivation to show the Ferran again that I am and come back." Ferran boasts an impressive record for the national team, with many important goals under the era of Luis Enrique. However, following his exclusion from the squad, Ferran Torres will have to work his way back up again. In addition to asserting his desire to regain an international call-up, the former Manchester City man has come out to claim that he has full faith in his abilities to turn his situation around at Barcelona as well. Amid transfer rumors linking him with an exit, the player is keen on continuing and turning over a new leaf. After being asked what message he would give to coach Xavi Hernandez, he said, "I want to continue at Barca. Last year I couldn't prove it, but this year I'm going full out to earn my place to fight." Moreover, the 23-year-old reiterated his improved mental and physical state, which he states will allow him to regain his position as a starter in the Barcelona team. He said, "This season, I'm doing very well, emotionally and physically. I'm fighting for a first-team spot," he said. While it is true he experienced difficulties last season as a whole, the Spaniard saw a notable improvement in his performances as the turn of the year, albeit inconsistently. And discussing his eternal rivals Real Madrid, whom he has scored twice against since joining Barca, he touched upon the popular links tying the club to Kylian Mbappe. He said, "Real Madrid have to reinforce and sign players like the great club that they are. I don't know if they will sign Mbappe. We are also one of the best teams and we will face the challenge," he said. Of course, Ferran Torres continued to insist that he wants to stay at Barcelona no matter what, of course, telling Xavi that he really wants to continue and he believes that he will do a great comeback to even be a starter at Barcelona's 11. I think that's a great motivational speech, right? Ferran Torres has been one of those players that have been strongly linked with an exit. Barcelona have been trying to cash in on some deadwood players in order to make way for new signings and most importantly to register those new signings. So far, Barca have signed just one player officially, which is Ilkay Gundogan for a free transfer. And funny enough, Barca have still not registered him. And of course, that shouldn't come as a surprise as Barca still continue to face a lot of financial constraints. So players like Ansu Fati, players like Frank Kessié, players like Eric Garcia and now Ferran Torres, who have been strongly linked with an exit, all of them are adamant that they want to stay and they are also very convinced that they can change their situation completely around. But that doesn't mean anything. Now that Barca are in a desperate situation, I very much doubt if they will strongly consider what Ferran Torres is saying in this interview. I doubt. Because the club are desperate for money and we know that the club is above anyone else. Laporta himself have always reiterated that. So Barcelona, of course, need to do what they have to do in order to ensure that this club stays safe from financial ruin, from financial turmoil, and from getting bankrupt. All because some players have said they don't want to leave. I don't think it makes any sense for Barca to listen to these players' words and sit and do nothing because they want to leave. It all depends, of course. Players like Ferran Torres, it's really surprising that after the kind of player we saw from Man City in Ferran, coming to Barca, things turned upside down for the player, and not many were seeing this coming, to be honest. Not many people were seeing this coming. I mean, Ferran that was banging goals for fun under Pep Guardiola's Man City, under Xavi. I don't know if it's the fact that Xavi does not know how to use him, but it's terrible. It's terrible. So the player was also not even called by the Spanish national team last month in the Euro qualifiers, and the player was really mad about that. And of course, he shouldn't be mad because it all owes to the fact that he hasn't been playing great. His form has been down, and of course, nobody wants to call him up for the starting 11. So let's see if Ferran can change his situation completely around, as he said in this interview. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona have not had much luck getting rid of some of the unwanted stars in the first team, but they have no shortage of suitors for their young players. In fact, Barca are in talks now with Real Betis over the loan for Ace Abday and Nico Gonzalez this summer, according to Rudy Galetti. The Italian journalist claims Real Betis are particularly keen on securing the services of Nico. They have stepped up their efforts to sign the midfielder on a loan deal as they look to beef up their options in the middle of the park. Signing Abday, though, could be a bit trickier. The Moroccan international is coming on the back of an excellent loan spell at Osasuna this past season and is courted by a host of top clubs across Europe. Barcelona, for their part, are even open to selling the attacker for a fee of at least 35 million euros. With that in mind, luring Abde could prove to be a difficult task for Real Betis. As for now, Barcelona sanctioning the loan of at least one of these two players could prove to be very pivotal in helping the club make the move for Guido Rodriguez. The Argentine international has gained traction in the Barca camp in recent weeks as the club continues to search for a short-term replacement for Busquets, having missed out on Martin Zubimendi, Ruben Neves, Joshua Kimmich, and even Sofian Amrabat. Barca have had their eyes set on Guido Rodriguez as well. The Real Betis star is not the only option though, as Barca are also exploring the possibility of signing former La Masia talent Oriol Romeo. Things will become clearer in the coming weeks as Barca continue to evaluate their options and finally make a move in the transfer market. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.